The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
Hey, Nebraska football fans, it's defensive lineman Tyler Robinson, and I've got a winning play for you with Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical. Team up with Action and install a new Bradford white water heater in your home. And if we win the conference championship this season, you'll get a full refund. Don't fumble this opportunity. Sack your old water heater this season and score big with Action. Visit actionlincoln.com/Huskers to learn more.
Promotion valid for a limited time. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Summertime is here, and so is another action-packed baseball season with the Lincoln Salt Dogs. Bring your whole crew to Haymarket Park to experience the magic under the lights and the thrill of the game. Enjoy daily specials like Wiener Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Fireworks Friday, and Family Fun Day Sunday, plus special events and discounts. Don't miss out on the excitement. Visit saltdogs.com to see this week's promotions and secure your tickets to unleash the fun.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night, August 3rd, for an exclusive look at your Nebraska football team in action. Experience the excitement, the energy, the sights and sounds of a game day as the 2024 football season kicks off. Visit Huskers.com/tickets and bring your family, friends, and all your Big Red pride to Memorial Stadium, Saturday night, August 3rd. That's Huskers.com/tickets. Brought to you by Husker Athletics and 1890 Nebraska. Winning tradition, future success.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland. Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by NEBCO. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Happy Hump Day! Wednesday edition of On the Block brought to you by NEBCO starts now on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. I'm Austin Norman. To my left, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Eric Strickland. Stricky, your shirt leads me to believe you had haters and doubters. Is that true? Is that true? Anyone ever doubt Stricky?
There'd be a little bit of that going on.
So.
I think the ones that really believed in me was RIP Lanny Richards. I think he was one that authentically really believed in me. I mean, even Danny Nee, he had some doubt. Now, again, I don't fault Coach Nee. I to this day will forever love him. I don't fault him for the doubt that he had. I think he was looking at it from the perspective, one, he put me in the positions in the place that were best at helping us to win and be successful. With an understanding of me and my frame, not playing the point guard position was going to be a hindrance. Knowing that Jerron, probably with that size and being at 6'6" and an anomaly and being able to play the position would put him at a better opportunity. So, but I put that on myself too, because I just happen to be so versatile, similar to my close friend Terrence Badgett, where we can move and play multiple positions. And it was traditional. And we talked about the traditions of that time, me being part of that mental transition. Another one that I could speak of that was part of that time was Joe Dumars.
Okay, yeah.
So you had Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars, but his ability to play bigger people. Now, Joe was probably about 6'4", so he was a little taller, but it was rare to have guys at my size to play multiple positions all the way down to 4. And even at one point, having to guard Shaq for like 4 minutes, right?
Shaq, Tim Duncan.
Yeah. So that's an anomaly. This is how you get your Draymond Greens now and guys like that who can play. Your Eric Snows, Eric Snow, and look at what Eric Snow and Allen Iverson. It allowed Allen to be able to do his thing from the 2 position, not having to play the 1, and Eric could guard bigger guys. So it allowed for that versatility in the game. And I don't think Coach saw it that way, and therefore he doubted me.
Bigger doubter, Coach Knee or Coach Musselman?
Oh, I think you, my friend, know the answer to that question.
Must take the cake on that one.
Must take the cake on that one.
Fair enough. Is there a guard or two in the NBA today that reminds you of you?
Today.
Or in the last 10 years?
I mean, obviously, I've got to say Marcus Smart. He's there now. Drew Holiday. Marcus, Drew. I think those are two that are very comparable to the way that I play. Gonna fight, gonna front, not gonna let you get position, gonna scrap, gonna defend, move feet, take charges, do all of the little things, dive, loose balls, all that stuff, winning plays. Yeah, those are the guys that I probably would say were, very comparable.
You bring up Drew Holiday. I want to touch on Team USA's win over Serbia in another exhibition today. Who needs to be Team USA's best player in the Olympics? Not who's the most important, not who's the leading scorer. Who needs to be the best player for Team USA?
Roster. I want to make sure I'm looking at the full roster.
They beat Serbia 105-79 today.
That's huge because Serbia gave France everything that they could handle and beat them. They just what's unique about them is they have downhill abilities that France doesn't. They have big man abilities, but when you go big man on big man, Jokic just dominates that factor when it's a combination of that. So for me to have success, I'm looking at this roster and I'm thinking about, no, it's not LeBron. No, it's not KD. I don't even think it's Steph Curry. Now I may look at Ant. I like at times what Adebayo's done.
17 today, made 3 3-pointers.
I actually like that. I don't think it's Tatum. I want to say it's probably somebody like Adebayo or AD. I think they're going to be an important piece because they're going to face. I don't think out front there's a problem
in terms of guards, backcourt.
I don't think anything backcourt, even forwards. I don't think there's a problem there. I think they're fine in anything that they do and match up. I think the acquisition of Derek White and Drew, they're able to throw nice defensive combinations where they're able to kind of lockstep, because not every team from the guard position is going to have somebody that's just going to be able to go on you. So being able to, curtail that situation, I think watch out for Tatum maybe, just quietly. He just kind of quietly goes about his business. He catch rips. He actually plays a little bit different than I've seen him play, just even with the Boston Celtics. So the others are going to do their thing. They're going to be fine. If they get out in transition, they're going to be hard. They're going to be a problem. Anthony Edwards is playing absolutely well. And I'm glad that they're kind of thrusting him out there a little bit more. And yeah, man, I think it's going to come to their big boys, their centers.
I'm with you on that, because I think that the guard position, no team's going to have guys as athletic or as skilled across the board at either the guard positions or even the wing. I like the wing depth for this team. And to me, I'm glad you said AD, because that's the answer for me too. Strick, I've been an AD hater on these very airwaves, just kind of not sold on him, think he's a little overrated in the NBA. He's really impressed me through 3 exhibition games. And who knows, their exhibitions, we'll see what happens when the lights actually turn on.
Yeah.
He's been a monster, right? He's done his job offensively without doing too much. 6 rebounds and 6 blocks today for Team USA. He's still got the timing. He's still got the athleticism. And unlike Embiid, when he gets the ball in offense, he's not just trying to draw fouls and flop it. Embiid has been really bad.
He's looked bad
so far.
Yeah.
And I was going to say before the tournament, it's him, because he's probably the most versatile guy on that roster, right? In terms of offense and defense in the post, I should say. But he's been so bad.
Yeah, he looks bad.
I don't know how much
because there's not space.
No,
there's not that kind of space. He doesn't elevate,
which is weird with all the shooting on the roster. There's not that much space.
No, it's just because the way, like, Embiid has a bag, but he doesn't have a Jokic bag as far as creativity with not being able to elevate. He needs space. But in this game, they can play zone, they can crowd the middle, they can crowd space. And only way really Embiid gets off is when he's got guys that really can't keep him in space, which allows him to maneuver counter with space to get into his bag. It's just not enough room, and he don't have enough handle. You know what I mean? With quick creativity and changes of move to change directions.
He's volleyball.
Yes. And you can be more physical in the European game. You saw they let you bump and grind, like boom, and so being that you can give resistance without getting that boom, ticky-tack, go up and get one, that it changes it for Embiid. This is why AD, because they've got a little bit more in their bag. They can get their shot, elevate. They got a little bit more with it. And that's why I think they're more valuable to me.
We'll keep watching. 2 more exhibitions to go for Team USA. These will take place in London, though, before Team USA makes its way to France. We're going to stick on the NBA here for our next segment. James Dolan, owner of the New York Knicks, Rico's beloved, sent an angry letter criticizing the NBA for its revenue-sharing plan in the new media deal. What does he mean by that? What is he stipulating? We'll go over what James Dolan is saying and see if his arguments make any sense when we get back to On the Block. Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Hey, Nebraska football fans, it's defensive lineman Ty Robinson, and I've got a winning play for you with Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical. Team up with Action and install a new Bradford white water heater in your home. And if we win the conference championship this season, you'll get a full refund. Don't fumble this opportunity. Sack your old water heater this season and score big with Action. Visit actionlincoln.com/Huskers to learn more.
Promotion valid for a limited time. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Husker fans, get ready for another thrilling season at Hibner Stadium with the reigning Big Ten champion Nebraska soccer team. Season tickets for the 2024 season are on sale now. Don't miss your chance to support the Huskers as they go head-to-head with some of the top teams in the country, including Oklahoma State, Penn State, and Duke. Get your tickets today at huskers.com/tickets or call 1-800-8-BIG-RED.
What's the radon level at your home? Don't know? Find out with a call to Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Make sure your home is safe with a radon check from Bryant. If you've already tested, ask Bryant for a free estimate for mitigation. Once completed, you'll get a report showing how much safer your home is. When it comes to radon, call Bryant 467-1111 for testing and mitigation. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night, August 3rd, for an exclusive look at your Nebraska football team in action. Experience the excitement, the energy, the sights and sounds of a game day as the 2024 football season kicks off. Visit huskers.com/tickets and bring your family, friends, and all your Big Red pride to Memorial Stadium Saturday night, August 3rd. That's huskers.com/tickets. Brought to you by Husker Athletics and 1890 Nebraska. Winning tradition, future success.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
402-464-5685 if you want to be a part of the show. I'm Austin Norman, Eric Strickland to my left. You're right on stream, brought to you by Sartor Heeman Jewelers. As you heard there at the start of the break, we are sponsored by Nebco. They're hiring for two different Nebco companies, those being Constructors Lincoln as well as Ready Mixed Concrete. Visit constructorslincoln.com or readymixedconcrete.com to learn more. We're going to talk some NBA here. Raiders fan, appreciate the text on the text line here. Eric as well, thanks for chiming in. Turn our attention to the New York market, specifically to the New York Knicks. James Dolan continues to hate revenue sharing. He's been on this crusade for a while now, but he sent a letter to the NBA's Board of Governors, which of course he is a part of as an NBA owner, saying he doesn't like that the league office is going to potentially take 8% of the new media rights deal. So 8% of $74.6 billion ends up being about $6 billion going to the league office. He also, Strick, this is the part that I think is more interesting, says he doesn't like that the NBA is moving toward an NFL model in terms of its media rights. With how much revenue they're sharing, the big market teams, have their regional sports networks sponsored. That money gets pooled, it gets redistributed to smaller market teams as well. I can understand why James Dolan doesn't like that, being a New York guy. I'm sure they bring in plenty of sponsorship dollars. But at the same time, it's worked for the NFL. That's the most popular sport in America right now. It's the richest sport in America right now. I can get why James Dolan doesn't like it, but I can also get why the NBA might want to copy that model.
Yeah, I can. I knew, let me just say, there's been a couple of collective bargaining agreements that have transpired, but it really started with us because in 2000, we were willing to sacrifice it all. We literally sat out. We only ended up playing like a half a year, but we were willing to go all the way. And I mean, I remember because I was a representative at that time, so I remember being in those meetings and how hard guys were fighting. And there was some guys like, no, guys, we just, some guys were, oh man, maybe we just need to. No, let's hold it. And this is how the shares was able to be at a certain point. Now, when you think about it, this is why you see our numbers looking a little bit crazier, because I was going to have this debate, and we still may have it on WTF. There was going to be a conversation.
6 to 7.
And one of the things I was talking to Cluster about was which players association do you think has really done the best in the representations of their guys and helping them to get what they are able to get? I remember we were talking about, man, we believe the ones that were before us, the Bill Russells, and man, they deserve a share of what and we were willing to do that type of stuff. But the issue then is now going to become, how far are they really willing to go? Because now they're going to have to take on more of what's going on with the WNBA now.
Mm-hmm.
So there, I don't know, there's going to be a fine line there, but there's some things to consider. And when you look at football, the issue is you just have a lot more players. So it's not that the money sharing is good. They haven't done a good job. It's just the fact that they have more players.
Mm.
So when you're seeing $50-60 million for for Jason Tatum and Brown and so forth, one player getting that, it's not that we have a bigger representation share. It's that Justin Jefferson, who is the best at his craft, is getting 35, but then there's another one who's the best at his craft getting 30, and then there's
fewer mouths to feed and more mouths to feed.
Exactly. So that's an interesting thing that I thought about, but I knew that this was going to become an issue in this new deal. I'm going to be I'm going to be truthful about it. To me, you would think that the NBA office is really just a marketing firm. Would you agree? They're supposed to
market. I hadn't thought about it like that, but I get that.
You get where I'm going?
Yeah.
They're basically just like an agent that you pay a percentage for a marketing firm. Now, in most instances, if you're representing one player, you usually get that 8 to 10. So this is why when I see the number, okay, I can understand that it's usually around that point. But you would think maybe more towards the 4 to 5%, because my question to you guys as listeners, do you think when you look at the NBA that they've done a good job in marketing for the NBA? Now, you go back to David Stern. Now, I think they did. I think they found good integral ways to market players. I don't think they've done I think for a period it was okay when you had the Durant in their primes. But I think if they got into the later, I don't know if Silver has done a great job in marketing the vision and where they're trying to go.
The vision, absolutely not. The highlights are still there, right? I think the NBA, part of what helped fuel its growth there in the Durant Westbrook kind of primes, LeBron decision, Golden State Warriors even run kind of days, the first part of it, was the social media was still growing and getting bigger, right? And the NBA, I think, was perfectly set up to share those quick highlights and move on, what people wanted to see. And I think it really did a good job of taking advantage of that to help grow. And we've talked about it on this show time and again, how the COVID bubble interrupted a lot of that and stopped a lot of the momentum that the league had. So I don't think the league has fully necessarily recovered from that pause, hasn't figured out how to get that juice back. And I don't think these comments from one of your highest profile owners is going to help that. No one really cares, right? I think if you're looking at the NBA as a marketing firm, you try to make this go away, right? Like James Dolan, you know who he is, and it's not for good reasons.
Yeah.
You know who he is because the Knicks haven't been, well run or competent, except out the last couple of years with Leon Rose there as GM. They're just starting to get back to respectability. There've been a lot of embarrassing incidents out of New York, and I can get where he's coming from. The way that I understand what James Dolan is saying is that in the NFL, there are 14, 15, 16 games a week. Well, you have 81 games, for NBA teams versus 17 for NFL teams, right? That's a lot more inventory for NBA teams versus NFL teams. So even if you could have, the same number of games, on any given day, essentially, sorry about that. Yes, you could have 15 NBA games the same day. You could have 16 NFL games the same day. Okay, that's comparable, but you're playing once a week in the NFL. You're playing 2-3 times a week in the NBA. I can understand where James Dolan says you're not going to 4 or 5, right? You're not going to nationally televise every single game. You're not going to want to do that. So teams that have a robust regional sports network should be able to profit off of it. Maybe there's some language in there about what percentage the team gets versus what percentage the league office gets. But Dolan also says he doesn't know where this money is going and thinks the league is just grabbing the money just to grab it. He said the league retained $15 million in the current media deal for the 24-25 season. That's half of 1%. And they're going to jump that up to 8%.
Which is 300-something million, isn't it?
Yes.
Total
An increase of $358 million in 25-26. So you go from 15 mil to 358. That's $343 million more.
To do what?
For the league office. And that's Dolan's question.
Yeah.
What do you think the league has as the justification for trying to grab this bigger percentage? And what would they use that money for?
I can't see where that goes. With what you have, you've already started international like NBA Cares and NBA World. I don't know what they call it. I can't remember what they call it, but where they're going over to like Senegal and they're going over to Africa, NBA Africa, NBA China. And you've got all these different things where they're expanding, but you've been able to do it on not even the money that you're about to get. What are you really going to do? Like it does sound crazy to me. It does sound really crazy to me. And I can't be mad at him for throwing that, because one thing that I think Dolan is saying is, there's one thing I think he's saying is media by way of TV has changed
big time.
So the traditional ads and the value that you used to get or give or offer is not the same as it was before because of the other platforms that have come forth. And so you don't have that like you used to. The traditional ways used to just sit on Sundays all day and watch games, both football or NBA games, and it was traditional. And so getting TV ads was never really a major problem. And I think some of these companies don't find the value the same way that they used to. And so it's going to hurt. And so it's going to hurt the pockets of the owners. And that money could be a nice buffer, they feel, I'm sure, in that process. So that's what I think this is maybe where he's coming from.
Right. Because even if they're the Knicks, right? They're a big deal. They're still small in the landscape. They're 1 out of 30 in the NBA. But in New York, they're clearly number one. You can't tell me the Nets move the needle like the Knicks do. So what James Dolan is missing out on is maybe not the same advertisers that would advertise with the streaming partners like Amazon, for example, but still some pretty big sponsors in New York that have been, maybe tied to the Knicks for a long time, that are a big deal and resonate in the city. Instead of the Knicks seeing that money for providing their service for Knicks fans, it gets spread throughout the league. And I can understand why he would be upset by that.
Yeah, I get it.
So
yeah, I get it. And he is one of the outspoken ones. You know what I mean? I think Mark sometimes can get that way as well. There are a few of them. Maybe Ballmer. Sometimes, mostly he don't really care.
Though. He still feels new.
He really don't care though.
Right.
He's just really, for him, it's just a play toy.
Yeah.
I think more so for him.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some moments I probably could say that, like San Antonio, they may be happy with it because they've been very efficient with how they do things anyway. But
right. Well, San Antonio, Milwaukee, Indiana.
Yeah, they'll probably be okay with it, but that's the part where you get into those redistributions that they may not be happy about if you're a big market.
Last thing for the segment, the last line in this ESPN article that I'm reading from Dolan's letter. Once again, pride of ownership is what is sacrificed. We are well on our way to becoming a one-size-fits-all, characterless organization. Here's the money line. Just remember we did this on the backs of owners like Jerry Buss. What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, I mean, to me, I would say that Jerry Buss was just so creative. He was innovative and creative. He understood and marketed Showtime in a way that most didn't. I mean, you bring out the LA Laker girls. I don't think teams were doing it like that. They weren't doing stuff like that. And then it was the after the game where they had the Forum Club or something like that, where everybody in it, like, he created an event. He was so creative that you wanted to see who's who. And this is probably where James is maybe referencing, because New York, in a similar manner, kind of took that blueprint, but just did it in a more of a New York way, where it became a who's who. And then you start throwing in Spike Lee's and, where they were Jack Nicholson's. and I think that's where some of their commonality, they created like a environment of Showtime, theatrical. They made it really theatrical in its own little way.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
Interesting. Well, we'll keep monitoring this. Again, a $343 million increase for the NBA league office from this current season till next season. James Dolan not happy about it. One segment to go here in hour one of On the Block. In hour two, we'll talk about Brandon Aiyuk requesting a trade away from the San Francisco 49ers, as well as a petition to create 2 Division I's in college athletics. We'll talk about all that in hour two, wrapping up hour one next.
HealthLink is elevating the human experience with holistic health, weight loss, nutrition, fitness, and wellness solutions. They offer one-on-one health coaching while personalizing nutrition and wellness plans for structure and simplicity. HealthLink provides nutritious foods such as high-protein entrees, meal replacement snacks, and supplements. But that's not all. If you mention 93.7 The Ticket, you'll get a 5% discount on your order and $20 off your first month if you start a HealthLink subscription. Find your missing link with HealthLink today on the southeast corner of 70th and Pioneers, or by phone at 402-858-9356.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we're expecting mainly sunny skies and light winds with an afternoon high around 83. Tonight, mostly clear and calm, low around 58. And tomorrow, shaping up to be a near repeat of today with mainly sunny skies, light winds, and an afternoon high around 83. Meteorologist Kyle Clifford for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What's your radon level at home? Don't know? Find out with a call to Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. 467-1111 for radon testing and mitigation.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from a program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere planter from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Plant for success with the industry's latest technology. Upgrade to an exactly merged high-speed planter to cover more acres, increasing flexibility and productivity. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location to order your new John Deere planter and experience the Landmark difference.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rolling right along here on the block, Austin Norman and Eric Strickland with you. Stricky, today is a world, I don't know if holiday is the right word, but today is World Emoji Day. How about that? We got a day for everything.
We got a day for everything these days. Is that? Yeah. Day for everything these days?
Yeah.
Okay, that works.
We're going to issue a challenge here. I want you to go to your Twitter page, Stricky.
Yeah.
At eStrick20. Okay. Your 3 most used emojis. Tweet them, and I'll tweet mine. First person to respond with their 3 most used emojis to either one of us, $10 to the mill.
Most used. Okay.
Frequently used. 3 most used emojis, right, and then we'll do hashtag World Emoji Day.
Do we tell what it is, or just let them see what it is?
No, we want people to see what it is. And then let me know once you've tweeted it, because then we have to have a short discussion on our favorite emojis.
Okay.
Tell me when you hit send. I'll hit send on mine.
1, 2, wait. I need to say
hashtag World Emoji Day.
Hashtag World Emoji Day.
Text line, you can chime in on this too. Your 3 most frequently used emojis, 402-464-5685. Dirty Tony and the boys, you are in.
You ready?
3, 2, 1,
go.
Post. Perfect.
Ow.
Okay, first person to respond to me, first person to respond to Strick with their top 3 most frequently used emojis, $10 to the mill for each of you. Dirty Tony and the boys has
thumbs up.
Thumbs up. The diagonal laugh cry face.
That's me.
In the fist bump.
Okay.
Okay.
Mine's the the smile with the love hearts around it.
Yeah.
The slanted crying emoji, because I look, it is a place where I go for laughter sometimes, just to smile in the day. I advise everybody to do that. Like, try to figure out to get to something so you laugh, because it I don't know what it creates. Is it dopamine? It's something.
Yeah, dopamine,
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It creates something in you, man, that's healthy. It really does. It creates health. And then my last one is the 2 hands up. Like like it's shining, like
with like little triangles.
Yeah, with the little things going out, like
That's my number 3.
That's my number 3.
Hey, look, we do a show together for a reason.
There's a reason.
I got thumbs up as number 2, and then the straight up and down laugh crying.
Oh,
face.
you got the straight up and down.
That's my preferred.
Does anybody have the cry face? I don't use it all the time, but I do use it. But the cry face, that's the super tears where they're just really flowing out of your face.
That's number 19 for me.
Number 19?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Close for you?
No.
Okay.
I use it, but I don't use it as much. But when I'm really, really crying, laughing, I use that one.
My 2 favorites that aren't in my most frequently used, but that I just enjoy and appreciate. I like the little guy saluting.
Okay.
The half face with the salute.
Okay.
My other favorite is the stink eye. The one raised eyebrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one is probably my overall favorite. That's my favorite emoji.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually put it wrong in mine, but the slant cry was first, then the raised, and then the little heart.
Hands.
Dude. Yeah. The little heart.
Okay.
Dude. Yeah.
Nice. 007.
Have you ever used the curse one?
No.
I used it when I get, sometimes there's somebody will send me something that kind of makes me mad. I'll say that one sometimes. Or I use it whenever I do like WTF posts.
Yeah.
I say WTF and then I put that face out there. Yeah, so it's pretty cool, man.
007 has thumbs up. He has the hands together.
Okay, the praying one.
In the shrug.
Oh.
Yep. Okay, some people use this as praying. Some people use it as high five.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Big B has 3 different glasses emojis.
What is that?
One of them has a mustache.
What is that? The nerd? I mean, what is it? Is that Revenge of the Nerds?
I gotta try to find these.
Who's ever watched that movie? Is anybody that's on the
Whoever
text line?
hasn't watched that movie?
Revenge of the Nerds is a classic. I don't care what anybody says. I can watch that anytime, all the time. Like it never gets old for me. Revenge of the Nerds. Is that a Revenge of the Nerds thing? What we got going on there? Are you just smart? Are you like super smart? Are you studious or are you are you I don't know, are you tech savvy? I mean, well, help me.
Hit us with
I don't even use it. I have never used that emoji.
Same.
I don't think I've ever had a reason. So I don't even think I understand it right now.
The only time I would use it is if I was like super like nerding out or geeking out about something and someone called me a nerd or a geek and then I
you are the resident analyst, like analytical database. He's a freaking database. So anything we need, he's gonna find. Like I know there's been times when we've been doing research on a topic or something like that, and I'll be like, man, I can't find this info, and then all of a sudden, boop, ding, I get a message. You notice my phone didn't ring today.
No, did not.
Because that was my partner.
Hey, I'm here for it. I'm here for you.
and you'll find it, and I'll be like, dang, how did he do that? Because I mean, I thought I'd be searching. He finds it all the time.
I have my ways.
Yeah.
007 says, we are nerds. Love that show. And WIB, I have no idea what that's supposed to mean.
Me neither.
So feel free to hit us up on the text line to explain yourself, and we can lead off hour 2 of the show with it. Brandon Aiyuk officially requests out of San Francisco. What are the similarities and differences between his situation and Jonathan Taylor's last year?
007, love it.
Yeah.
He loves it too.
Oh, incognito.
Oh.
Okay.
When I might start using that,
Dallas?
Big B.
Yeah.
When I slide out.
Yeah.
I got messages. I know we got to go to break, but I got messages. People are like, so you slid into Dallas and you didn't shout out. I'm like, dang it.
Hey, you got that on Monday.
Dang it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Again, send us your 3 most frequently used emojis on the text line, 402-464-5685. Or if you want $10 to the mill, find at eStrick20 or at Austin_Orman on Twitter. If you're the first one to send us your 3, $10 to the mill, yours as well. We'll go to break. Hour 2 of On the Block next.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
What's your radon level at home? Don't know? Find out with a call to Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. 467-1111 for radon testing and mitigation.
Hey, Nebraska football fans, it's defensive lineman Ty Robinson, and I've got a winning play for you with Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical. Team up with Action and install a new Bradford white water heater in your home. And if we win the conference championship this season, you'll get a full refund. Don't fumble this opportunity. Sack your old water heater this season and score big with Action. Visit actionlincoln.com/Huskers to learn more.
Promotion valid for a limited time. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hi, it's Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and maybe the biggest savings in the Midwest are happening right now at Koppel. When you buy a new GMC or Chevrolet anywhere else, you might be paying too much. But right now, we're going to give you over $10,000 off list or 1.9% APR on select new Chevrolets or GMCs. So please give us a shot before you buy anywhere else. Please stop in the dealership or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Must trade and finance with approved credit.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night, August 3rd, for an exclusive look at your Nebraska football team in action. Experience the excitement, the energy, the sights and sounds of a game day as the 2024 football season kicks off. Visit Huskers.com/tickets and bring your family, friends, and all your Big Red pride to Memorial Stadium Saturday night, August 3rd. That's Huskers.com/tickets. Brought to you by Husker Athletics and 1890 Nebraska. Winning tradition, future success.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Tune in every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. for the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Don't miss the opportunity to learn about the Malone Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're spending $300 a month. Binge drinking is the most common form of excessive drinking, which costs the United States more than $191 billion each year. By drinking less, you will save $300 a month. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Evan Cooper was Matt Rule's dude, right, with prospect identification. How do you think Nebraska's philosophy and process changed with Evan Cooper out the door?
That's such a great question. Turn back towards, Sean Padden and Ryan Callahan and Vince Ginta and those guys that are in the recruiting room. They're no slouches.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for three! And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by NEBCO. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Here we go again. Second hour of On the Block. He's Strick here, Austin Norman. It is Hump Day Wednesday. Thank you guys for tuning in to On the Block today. We know that our Twitter folks are a little bit probably disappointed they're not able to find us there. That's okay. YouTube, Facebook is where you can still find us. Allo Channel 961 is another place. You can go to theticketfm.com as well, but we appreciate those who are also chiming in, those who are listening by way of radio and sending us your emojis and communicating with us, w.i.b. We still want an answer from you when you get an opportunity to do so.
Hey,
but
Sean sent his.
He did?
Thumbs up.
There it is.
The same laugh cry that I have, the vertical one, not
What's
the
that
diagonal
other
one. I think it's a shrug.
Oh, it's a shrug?
I think it's the red
No one
shrug.
has the face palm. I think
That's also a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
The face palm is also a good one. But we're going to get into a conversation now. We're going to talk about San Francisco because we have on this show discussed San Francisco, just how they've been able to do it. We all know that a lot of it has to do with Brock Purdy being on a rookie scale contract that enables you to get players like Christian McCaffrey to trade for them. You drafted well. You found Aiyuk. Mm-hmm. You were able to retain Deebo Samuels. You were able to do some things on your defensive side. It gave you a lot of flexibility. Your team looked excellent. Your offense looked great. But now there's a little bit, it always comes to a head. It seems that there's always, in some of these instances, it's going to be a time, it's going to be a situation or a place where there's going to be some frustration.
Mm-hmm.
And here the frustration exists with Aiyuk. Because this team has a style. Run, versatility, jets. There's a lot of movement, deep balls, play action. There's a lot of things that they do well, which requires the gifts of each of these players. But now we find that Brian Aiyuk has requested a trade. What does the 49ers offense look without a Brandon Aiyuk? Is he replaceable? Do you think they were able to find something in the draft that could make up some of that difference in the potential of a trade? Or are you looking to get something back that's going to give you a little bit more of that versatility without spending the bag? Because you're going to have to spend the bag on the man.
There's a lot there. First of all, I don't think San Francisco has that option in-house. I don't think Juwan Jennings is a number one. And Ricky Pearsall, they just put on an injured list of some sort. I don't think he's that guy, especially not in year one. So if Brandon Aiyuk is to get traded, I think San Francisco goes for draft capital. I don't think that they will get a replacement for him in a trade. So I think you trust your track record in the draft. They've had decent success in the NFL draft under John Lynch. Is he necessary? That's the billion-dollar question, right? Like it has been with any quarterback under Kyle Shanahan, any running back, right? All these offensive skill position guys, we've asked ourselves for years with Kyle Shanahan, is it the players? Is it the scheme? The Ringer put out a pretty good article on this here. Against zone coverage, Aiyuk 5th in total expected points added, 1st in success rate. Against man, top 5 in EPA per target, yards per route run, and explosive reception rate. Dude's really freaking good.
Yeah.
Those are legit numbers. He's only 6 foot 200, playing that prototypical outside number one receiver. So if you look at the numbers, you say it's going to be almost impossible to expect anyone that you can conceivably get to replace Brandon Aiyuk. It's very hard to conceive them reaching those numbers. But maybe they do because of how good the skill position talent is around them. Aiyuk's really good. I think he's just a victim of timing and circumstance to some degree. He should
very
get extended.
Similar to what probably Cincinnati
with Higgins.
Yeah.
But that's different because since he has a true number one.
Right.
Aiyuk is the one for San Francisco when it comes to receivers. I get it. You could say Deebo has the big contract right now. He's a very San Francisco weapon, but Debo's not a number one receiver. No one in the NFL thinks of it.
He's an over the middle guy. He's
gadget.
Yeah, get stopping in on zone coverages and find. Yeah, he's like that.
Get him in dime, shift him into the backfield to run against the light box, that sort of thing. Debo's good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Also been banged up a little bit recently. So you've paid Samuel, you re-extended McCaffrey, and Bosa's money still on your books. Purdy coming to the end of his rookie deal, and Aiyuk will be playing on the last year of his rookie deal. It's just unfortunate timing for Brandon Aiyuk, who deserves to get paid. I just don't know how San Francisco swings it.
Especially like when you're knocking at the door.
Yeah.
This is what makes it so difficult for this decision. We saw that, I mean, obviously they're not in the Bay, but they're in the Bay, which is Golden State Warriors. We saw their ownership group basically say, we're going to run it till the tires fall off. And then now that you've been able to watch, you've watched Clay kind of, slow down. You've had the issues. You were able to dodge a bullet by getting Poole out of there. But he said, I can't no more. I can't continue to go at this rate. San Francisco wants to be efficient, but they're knocking at the door. And so this is why this is a hard and major decision. You lose someone of that caliber, you better hope somebody steps up in these camps and can at least give you something. Now, do you believe Brock Purdy is on the level? Because here's the difference. Patrick Mahomes, Brock Purdy, going to be in the same type of situation. You lose Tyreek Hill. So that, to me, that's a very similar type of situation. You lose Tyreek Hill, you're probably going to lose. But you got to weigh the quarterback situation. How do you assess that?
Can Brock Purdy elevate the talent around him? How much is he worth? Brock Purdy is going to get paid. He's proven he can hang at the NFL level. He better not get a max or anything close to it. This is where, as Brock Purdy, you have to understand who you are, where you're coming from. And this is a great way to prove that you're a leader of the team.
Top 7? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take you off. That just popped in my head because when you said that, I'm thinking, who's got the bags?
Okay.
Where does he fit?
Okay. Here are the top quarterbacks by their average salary per year.
Okay.
Burrow 55, Lawrence 55, Goff 53, Herbert 52.5, Lamar 52, Hurts 51, Pocket Hercules 46.1, Deshaun 46, Kirk Cousins 45, Patrick Mahomes 45. Josh Allen 43, he's not in that tier. Matthew Stafford, Dak Prescott, Daniel Jones 40, not in that tier. Brock Purdy should probably make somewhere between
31, 33.
Ooh, I was going to say somewhere between Jordan Love and Geno Smith. Jordan Love is making 13.5. Geno's making 25.
Okay.
I think that'd be a pretty big come up for Brock Purdy.
I think he's better than Geno, though. Do you? No. I think he might be better than Geno.
Okay. Baker Mayfield is making 33 mil.
Okay. So for me,
between 25 and 33.
That's what I was thinking. I think he's on par with Baker, if not better.
Okay.
So, but you're right. The ones that you just ran off, I don't see him in that category. Because I think really the talent of what they had helped. I saw when there was injuries and I saw when there was, when teams really had guys that can lock. I didn't see that he was able to get it off the way that he was because of all the talent that surrounded him.
We can also do this for wide receivers because I think it's instructive.
Yeah.
Jefferson 35, AJ Brown 32, Amon-Ra St. Brown 30, Tyreek 30, Jalen Waddle 28.25, Devontae Adams 28, Cooper Kupp 26.7, Devontae Smith 25.
Stop. I think he's up there with Cooper Kupp and Devontae Smith, or if not above, just based on his numbers and what he does.
Okay. DK Metcalf 24.
Oh
Samuel.
Lord, wait a second. Stop. Pause. You got to be down there with Debo then, because I don't think he's better than DK Metcalf.
Debo is making 23,850. Michael Pittman Jr. 23. Terry McLaurin 23. Calvin Ridley 23.
I think he's above them.
Diggs 22.
I don't think Stephon. I think Stephon is on the tail end, so he's on the downside.
Mike Evans 20.
I think he's above.
Amari
them.
Cooper 20.
Above them.
Okay, so you're saying Debo Samuel's in that
Cooper
25
Kupp,
to 28 range?
Cooper Kupp Debo range. Maybe
so right between them would be 24 mil per year.
Yeah.
Who's more offended by 28 mil per year? Purdy or Aiyuk?
Aiyuk. See, that's the thing, right?
Really? But Purdy's the quarterback.
But
he can say, I'm the one that's making this thing go. Even if he's not, that's going to be his argument.
I agree, because he's going to believe in his heart of hearts that he's a top-tier quarterback. But as you just said, you have to know who you are, right? You have to. You have to know that without these guys, am I really? I think he's a system good quarterback, right? I think Aiyuk would be more frustrated because his numbers say he should be up there with
JJ and
up,
AJ
up in that area,
Brown, yeah,
right? But he's the beneficiary of defenses having to account for freaking McCaffrey not going buck wild on you. Because why? If McCaffrey goes buck wild, then everything on the freaking playbook opens up. So you have to shed that. Therefore, more people in the box. You have to account for Debo, because Debo on slants, Debo on dig routes in the middle. So here's what happens. Linebackers have to come down, account for McCaffrey. Debo behind you, catch, run. Got to account for that too. So safety, probably you have to look at, tandem safety sometime, coming in, cover that middle, which leaves deep thirds.
Kittle.
You can't run. You got to account for Kittle too.
Juice check?
Well, yeah. No. But it enables you in cover threes to be able to cover deep weeks, which is he's a deep threat guy, which he's able to beat guys at that. So he's the beneficiary of the way the system's set up. I don't know if his route running to me is next level yet that I've seen. Straight line guy, good deep post guy, good fly pattern guy. But I don't know if his route running yet is crisp to make me feel that he can dominate. I see you. I got you. I'm over the top. Like where he can send a guy over the top, even though they're in a cover two, where that guy may drop back down and he sails it real hard and comes back on comebacks. I don't see him doing it like that on a team. And that's just my thought.
Does San Francisco need him, or does San Francisco want him?
I think they want him. I think it keeps them on par because they're knocking at the door. I don't think they want to lose him because they're knocking at the door and they're right there on the verge of it. I think they feel they got cheated. I think they feel that if calls weren't so one-sided potentially, and that's however you guys want to see that. But if they felt that there's certain times in that game that things happened, holdings wasn't called, or different things happened that caused a touchdown or them not to get one, or I think the one play where they ran into that could have been a penalty too, where they ran into Purdy's face. I don't know if the guy jumped offside. Something happened where Chandler was able to, something before that, but then Chandler was able to get into his face because boy, oh boy, if he had time to make that throw, game to me, right? So I think they believe that if they run it back with him, they can keep him happy, they can get there still and be successful this time. I think they feel if they lose him, I don't think they feel they've got what you just said, anything in the cabinet to help them to get over the hump. I think that's where they're at.
And you're not going to get it back for this year.
No.
When you're knocking at the door.
When you're
like
knocking at the door. Yeah.
Here's another paragraph from that Ringer article that I found interesting. The author says, we don't often associate the Shanahan offense with needing a dominant receiver because we've seen this offense stay functional without one. When Shanahan has a true X receiver, though, there's an immediate change in his offensive approach. When he landed in Atlanta as OC in 2015, not only did his pistol-heavy run game instantly provide a more traditional approach to fit quarterback Matt Ryan, but he was also able to heavily shift the balance of targets for all-world receiver Julio Jones, who set career highs in targets, receptions, and yardages under Shanahan. San Francisco is going to say, McCaffrey, Kittle, Samuel open things up for you. Aiyuk's going to say, my speed opens it up for them. I'm the one that makes them play two safeties. and makes them play cover 3. I'm the one that gives you lighter boxes to run against. And he might have a point.
He might.
Both sides are right in this.
Yeah,
point.
they're both right.
They're both right.
That's the dilemma.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate. They're in an unfortunate situation, Austin. They really are. They're in a. Is there a win-win in this? I don't know.
Can you convince both Purdy and Aiyuk to take a little bit of a discount and promise to make it up later, or is that a dangerous game to play?
To me, I think you can get Purdy, but I think Aiyuk, in his heart of hearts, believes that he was underutilized, and once he was underutilized, and if they would have done more, I still think they targeted him pretty good. I just don't think he was open, but okay. I think he feels that if they would have done more with him, he could have been the one that broke it open. I really do in my heart of hearts believe. And when you have someone that now here's the problem I think with Aiyuk. I think Aiyuk getting into a setting where you're sitting down like we are in an office and having the discussion and even probably breaking it down and just showing him things analytically, maybe some film. I think he could probably, but the problem is his family's gotten involved. And it's like, listen, it's like a relationship. It's like a boyfriend, girlfriend. It's like a husband, wife. When we have a scat or a issue or an argument or something, a fight or whatever, if we're able to sit down, I can explain to you kind of how I got to where I got to and so forth. And you can explain to me why that hurt you and so forth and so on. And I can apologize and you can say or accept it, or you can say, well, don't do that again. If there could be some form of a negotiation between us.
But it's 1-to-1.
When you have mother, you have cousins, you have the whole block, you have your brother, and they're not just doing this behind, they're tweeting and putting it out.
Tagging and everything.
Now, when you have that going on, it's like, nah, I'm locked.
Mm-hmm.
My people with me, I'm locked. It's like mob, like no one really starts anything until the mob starts something. Right?
Mm-hmm.
When one person sets it off, then everybody jumps in.
And that person probably wouldn't set it off if they weren't in a mob.
There you go. Once the mob is spoken, it's tough. It's tough. So I think that's where they have an issue. I think that's where the issue resides.
The other aspect of this is he's asking for this extension with still a year to go, which makes sense, right? But did he pull the trigger too early on asking for an extension? The Colts beat writer for The Athletic, his name is James Boyd, covered everything going on with Jonathan Taylor last year. It's not a one-to-one comparison, obviously. I mean, running back versus wide receiver. Taylor's been injured more than Aiyuk has, so it's not a perfect comparison. But here's what James Boyd had to say. My 2 cents from covering the Taylor trade demand saga last year. When you still have a year left on your deal, it's nearly impossible to gain any leverage against a team. NFL contracts are like blood oaths. He goes on to say, if the team doesn't want to trade you, you basically have to show up to camp. You can't hold out unless you plan on being fined, which increases a lot. You also can't refuse to play during the season because your contract would freeze and you'd still owe the team another season. Therefore, you're not a free agent until the next summer, would still be in the same situation, but now just a year older. You can't just retire. You'd have to pay back a lot of, if not all of the contract because you didn't honor it until the end.
Mm-hmm.
And he says Aiyuk's best strategy, if he really wants out of San Francisco, really wants to get paid,
go and sit down,
is to show up and say, I hate being here. I don't care if we win or lose. I'm just here because I'm forced to.
You basically become, what's his name?
Marshawn Lynch.
Marshawn Lynch.
I'm only here so I
don't get fined. That's basically it. Go ahead.
The last thing that Boyd said is that could work, but then a team willing to trade for you would have to question if you'd ever do this to them.
Right. Aha. It puts you in a bubble, my boy. And it's not a bubble that's like bubble gum that tastes good. It's a bubble that might burst like
any moment.
Like the dot-com bubble that sent everybody in a tailspin in 08.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's really, it can really affect your money. Like the best thing you can do in those situations, like I've had it happen in business where, ooh, you did me wrong. Ooh, you hurt me on that one. But if I don't humble myself and just strategically I was able to speak to him in a manner that helped him to show the error of his way without basically saying, you did blah, 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 in his face, right? You right? I was able to just, man, I thought we were better than that. I mean, anytime you called on me, anytime you needed me, I showed up for you. Like, I had to be like that. I had to be real tactful. Because it could have went south. It could have went to a point where I had to sue. I'm going to sue you. And if you don't do this, nothing gets done. Guess what I got to do? I got to pay for attorney. I got to do all that.
And then they win.
And they win. And guess what? We were able to work it out. He started paying me back. And we were able to work the deal out. You got to be tactful. I think if he goes in there and says, you know what? I felt some kind of way. You know, I really felt like I felt disrespected. I didn't feel like you cared. I love San Francisco. I love the people. This organization has been good to me. I'm grateful for everything you guys have done, but I felt disrespected and I acted out. I just wanted to first apologize to you, but I just want to see how we can make this right. I don't feel right now that it's right. You know, what can I do? But you know what I mean? Like if he kind of approached it at that, that's when those conversations could start about, look, this is something, you know, by way of, because players don't always understand the depths of how the numbers work. I mean, they understand the numbers work within their, you know, their purview or their room.
Right.
But they, within, you know, their forum.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't always know how it works in totality.
And neither do their agents who are supposed to be giving them this money. Or
so
this,
we
this
can
info.
have that discussion now if you come in it like that. But if you come in it the other way, then you don't even talking.
The other aspect of that is that Brandon Aiyuk, I'm sure, is looking at this as his long-term play. I want to get my second contract to set my family up. I'm going to go on the opposite side and say I think it's a little short-sighted to be throwing a little bit of a conniption in requesting a trade like this because you might artificially cap your market. If you're going to act up like this, teams might not want you. If I know this is how you're going to be. If you're a low-maintenance superstar that lets your play do the talking, you're going to get more money.
Yeah.
I can see how he views this as a long-term play by wanting the second contract.
Yeah.
I think he's more likely to get the second contract and even a bigger second contract if he puts his head down, goes to work, and lets the chips fall where they may.
Yeah, I agree. And my my cousin, my twin brother, Eric, without a K, he's killing me.
He do be killing you.
He's killing me on the text line. I guess I've been having a lot of pause moments on the show. I got to watch that. There's something I'm saying that I got to maybe watch a little bit. But anyway.
It's only weird if you make it weird. And
right, Eric. It's only weird if you make it weird.
Hey, Brad, text of the day. Aiyuk to Orlando.
There it is. Everything Orlando. Create a new team out of just go on.
Well, the
NFL.
UFL team.
Huh?
The UFL team. Don't they have one in Orlando?
Gosh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Brad, are you an Orlando UFL fan or just the Magic?
There it is.
Let's go to break. We'll talk some NCAA potential structural changes. 2 Division I's, 2 different governing bodies. We'll see. More after this.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you are passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives. Program is excited to partner with the #1 national youth and high school program to offer a larger player development program with a national network for tournaments and recruiting. Prodigy Baseball has been nominated several years by the Lincoln Choice Awards for outstanding dedication to youth baseball. Come see the USA Prime Prodigy difference. For a full listing of tryouts and to learn more about USA Prime Prodigy, check them out on Facebook at Lincoln Prodigy Baseball or at lincolnprodigybaseball.com. USA Prime Prodigy is excited to announce the tryouts for the upcoming season. Prodigy Baseball is where players in Lincoln go to receive player development, a competitive tournament schedule, and incredible family atmosphere. USA Prime Prodigy will be hosting tryouts July 14th through the 16th at 6 p.m. at Optimus Sports Complex for ages 7 to 14. Jalen Wordley, Caleb Clark, and Mason McConaughey from Husker Baseball will be there to sign autographs and talk to the youth. Tryouts start on July 14th at 6 p.m. Learn more at lincolnprodigybaseball.com.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
Tune in every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. for the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Don't miss the opportunity to learn about the Malone Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of liberty for those accused and the pursuit of justice for those injured. Liberty Law Group's relentless trial attorneys specialize in criminal defense and personal injury law. Navigating the legal system can be stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. We believe in treating every client with respect, compassion, and understanding. When you're in need of legal assistance, trust Liberty Law Group to fight for you. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
The next generation of Huskers starts now. Join the official Kids Club of Nebraska Athletics today to score access to select home games, a discount at the team store, and endless Husker spirit. The free JV team gets you started with a game credential. Upgrade to the $35 Lil Huskers membership for a welcome box and VIP Lil Huskers experiences. Fuel your Husker spirit. Join the Kids Club today at huskers.com/Kids Club. Go Big Red.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Have an anniversary coming up? I've got you covered. Celebrate your love with the timeless elegance of jewelry. This anniversary, give the gift of sapphires, emeralds, rubies, or gold. Find the perfect piece that reflects the beauty and depth of your commitment. Whether it's your first anniversary or your 50th, surprise your loved one with a gem as beautiful and rare as she is. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Join us each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon for Youth Football 101 with Tank Perry of the Nebraska Red Wolves of 7-on-7 football. The future of the sport depends on the foundation set at a young age. Hear those stories and more each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon here on 93.7 The Ticket. Are you looking for a new spot to relax and unwind? The Post, located on the south side of the Telegraph District on the corner of 20th and N Street, is perfect for a group hangout or a relaxing evening. The Post has plenty of exciting events open to the public, like Whiskey Wednesday and poker tournaments on Sundays. Looking for a spot for a private event? Ask them about their indoor patio. The Post, located at 20th and N Street in Lincoln. Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back here on the block. Austin Norman and Eric Strickland with you for another half an hour or so before Old School with DP. Jay out today. Stricky, let me ask you this question. Text line is open for you as well, 402-464-5685. Do the Big Ten and the SEC have enough power, enough control over college athletics, or do you think they need more?
I think they have it, but the problem with having power, Austin, is you always want more.
Yep. Yep.
You either want more or you want to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't ever want to relinquish it.
Nope.
This is why, for listeners, see, I think this is why you guys should like us, because we don't just talk. We actually will bring real life scenarios to you. And I'm going to bring one to you right now. Power. I just went to Dallas, right? One of the things that they told us as members of the community, those who live within the state, one thing they told us is, we're going to need these tollways, not only to alleviate some of the stresses on the roads, but we need to use the money that's going to generate to build or expand this road or build this bridge or this overlap or whatever. So we're going to use the tolls to do that. Well, they build the roads. Guess what? Never relinquish the toll.
Aha.
The road has been built 20, 15 years ago. Why is there still money? And not only that, it was 50 cents when we first, now it's $2.50. So when you have power, they don't ever give it back to you. They always want to keep expanding it, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're the Big 10 and the Big 12, you're the big bosses. You're the mafioso. You're the one sitting in the room. Mm-hmm. You're the ones making the decision. You're the shot callers. You want to do that, and you want to flood out any other menial voices in the conversation that don't matter. You're persona non grata. That's basically what you want to do to the people. So that's why I think, power is something that people continuously chase. You don't ever feel you have enough.
The reason power comes up, there's an article from CBS Sports. It says, late last month, NCAA President Charlie Baker presented to the NCAA Council a structure for a separate governing body involving the Power Four conferences. Obviously, the Big Ten and SEC, they put together their exploratory group between those two conferences. Throw the ACC and the Big 12 in there for now. But there's a lot more interesting stuff from this article here. Sources indicated there was acrimony and concern among smaller conferences when it became evident the structure would favor the Power Four.
Mm-hmm.
The source said after viewing Baker's presentation that it would create essentially two different Division Ones. Division One hasn't subdivided since 1978 when 1A and 1AA were created for football, FBS, FCS, right? So there's that split. More from the presentation. Such a move would bifurcate the 40-member D1 council that is responsible for the day-to-day operations. Power conference administrators have long been frustrated at both the composition and voting structure of the council. If you're like me and you don't know what that structure is, here's what it is. Currently, of the 40 members on the council, 14 are from Power Four conferences. Power conference concerns is that the council members who didn't have any stake in an issue had the power to vote it up to pass it or vote it down, make sure it doesn't pass. The example here from one Power Four administrator, we essentially don't want a Division III president voting on roster caps. Power Four wants the ability to more efficiently address issues such as transfer portal windows, the recruiting calendar, and maybe have its own enforcement body. The council expanded in 2014, gave weighted voting to the Power Five. So it's already split, right, from Power Five and everyone else. Power Five conferences got 37.5% of the weighted vote. Group of Five got 18.8%, and the remaining 43 and change was split between FCS, player reps, and faculty athletics representatives. So that's where the split stands right now. To your point, that's an outsized share of power, 37.5% for the Power 5. They don't want to just go to 50 or 55. They want their own body.
They want
100%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And again, man, I mean, I know people talk about things, but we talked about this a long time ago because we talked about it going to a superpower conference anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Eventually, can you see it becoming, with the way that they're trying to go right now, is it a way of monopolizing, monopolizing, rooting out the little guy, making it more difficult? Because could it be an East or West
or a coastal,
right? Or whatever, a division, some form of a division that's super, where if you're the little guy, the odd man out, we talked about how that could work. And I know, remember, we talked about if you fall down to a certain threshold, then you're at risk of somebody else creeping in and taking your spot, which then gets more of the revenue, and you fall to a lower tier, which could be what they're talking about with this second division,
the relegation. Yeah.
So we're ahead on this. Now it's starting to kind of come out that this is kind of the mindset that they're starting to trek towards.
We just got done talking about Brandon Aiyuk and how he's right about his role in the 49ers offense. Now the 49ers are right about his role in their offense. I'm going to say this is another situation where both sides are right. I think the Power 4 is right to want more power because they are putting in the legwork, right? For the NCAA, we know how much money comes, $1 billion plus from the NCAA tournament that funds 76-80% of everything the NCAA does, right? And that's majority power conference teams, just barely, because you have all the auto qualifiers and whatnot, but still majority of that. And then in football, it's the Power 4 that are driving the football revenue. And I get it, the NCAA doesn't see nearly as much because of the college football playoff structure, and it kind of branched off to do its own thing. So I can see how in a, at least nominally meritocracy system, the Power 4 would say, don't get mad at us for getting ahead, right? You, small schools, are holding us back. Okay? You are stopping more progress from happening. We're tired of that.
Less players, less, just a little, and you understand because they just don't have the budgets. Go ahead.
That's where I'm getting to my second point.
Yeah.
The small schools have a point that maybe the big boys are going too fast. They're saying, you're not bringing us along for the ride. We're not a passenger in your car. We are holding on to the top of the SUV for dear life. If you're driving the boat, we're face planted in the water off of our skis right now. We got skid marks on our face.
You're in the boat that's getting hit off the waves and thrown in the air.
Yeah.
You don't see it.
Right.
Yeah.
So the smaller schools are saying, can you pump your brakes a little bit so we don't have skid marks on our face?
Yeah.
You're going too far into the business aspect of it.
Right.
So I can see both sides having a valid argument.
Yeah. I mean, I shout out. We're on one accord on that. I get it. I understand it. And that's where, is there a right answer to this? I think that's what it boils down to. Is there a right answer? Is it good? Shout out 402-464-5685. Is it good to get out ahead of your skis? Get ahead of it? Be on the cutting edge? Or are you stepping out a little too far? Or have you witnessed things that you should have done or got ahead of before that you're trying to do so now before, everything kind of catches up with you? So it's really tough. It's a fine line in this whole situation.
A couple very telling quotes from Power Conference commissioners. Greg Sankey said, not everybody in Division I needs to be involved in the same decision-making the same way. He said that at Media Days. Some of those involved in Division I cannot be in the habit of creating risk for others in Division I. Those are hard issues. That's a very we want to detach from the little guys type of answer. The next thing, the Big Ten and SEC are essentially demanding 58% combined share of revenue in the media rights contract with the college football playoff. According to these sources, the development did not go over well with the other 8 FBS conferences, but has settled in as a new reality. Big Ten and SEC flexing, saying, this is what we want. You are going to give it to us, or we are going to blow up your world. We are going to make your lives miserable. So the other conferences felt like they had to acquiesce. Here's what Brett Yormark had to say, commissioner of the Big 12. I live by the value equation. Those who create value deserve to be rewarded. Again, it's a very power 4 sort of mindset. He's right. If you're creating the money, you're putting in the legwork, you hold the value, you deserve to be rewarded. But Strick, I would say that doesn't mean that the smaller schools deserve to be left so far behind.
We're on the same court of that. I absolutely agree with you, because I'm very capitalistic in my thinking. But I'm still
you got a heart on you.
Yes. Yeah. I'm still, what's the word I'm looking for?
You're compassionate.
Someone who is willing to give to those in need.
Yeah, you're generous.
Yeah, I still carry that, but I still don't believe in my capitalist system, that my capitalist mindset, that it should just be taken from me. Yeah, I think everybody has a decision on how they decide that they want to be able to do that in whatever way that they feel that they need to do that. So this is why I'm kind of in the middle on this situation, because I do root for the little guy, because I am the little guy. But then I also understand that you have to create value. You know, that's where you're all, each of us individually are a brand, and we negotiate what that value is for us and what we believe it to be.
Well, I think it goes back to what we were talking about with James Dolan and the Knicks, right? He's creating value in New York with his regional market. Where I have an issue with it is forced redistribution. And to what degree? Because ideally, these people that are creating the most value see those people who have a harder time creating value and say, hey, you love the game of football just like we do. We want to see you grow and thrive and succeed. You're not a threat to us. We are secure with where we're at. We can negotiate. How can we help you grow your game for the benefit of our sport?
Yeah.
Problem is, we led this off about power and greed. That gets in the way.
Yeah.
And you start not looking down there. And then someone comes in and I think altruistically says, hey, let's not forget about the little guy, the guy that can't provide value. And instead of being awake, having a realization of, we have a lot, we can keep making a lot, we can give a small portion of this for the good of the game to help other people out. It's, why are you coming for my money?
Right.
And that's where it gets in the way. If it was the Big Ten and the SEC and the Big 12 and the ACC's idea to kick back to grow the game at lower levels, we wouldn't have these conversations. But because the NCAA is asking them to do that, it feels like they're getting their wallet stolen, money taken out of it, and it's not their idea, so they're against it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well said. That was well said, Austin. Yeah.
I pick a thing or two up from Stricky.
Yeah, man. You got that, man. You laid that out very nicely.
I wonder what DP thinks about this.
I think you should throw that at him. I think that's a good crossover question, to be honest.
That's what we'll do next.
Yeah.
Get ready, Husker fans. The Big Red Preview is coming soon. Join us Saturday night, August 3rd, for an exclusive look at your Nebraska football team in action. Experience the excitement, the energy, the sights and sounds of a game day as the 2024 football season kicks off. Visit Huskers.com/tickets and bring your family, friends, and all your Big Red pride to Memorial Stadium, Saturday night, August 3rd. That's Huskers.com/tickets. Brought to you by Husker Athletics and 1890 Nebraska. Winning tradition, future success.
Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we're expecting mainly sunny skies and light winds with an afternoon high around 83. Tonight, mostly clear and calm, with a low around 58. And tomorrow, shaping up to be a near repeat of today with mainly sunny skies, light winds, and an afternoon high around 83. Meteorologist Kyle Clifford from 93.7 Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Without a strong IT partner, your business ends up overspending, underperforming, wearing too many hats, complicating your work, and more. Applied Connective Technologies can help with experts in every facet of technology. If it plugs in, powers on, or charges up, they're your people. Imagine being able to call one team for all your technology solutions rather than a village of vendors and providers. For all your needs in managed IT and cybersecurity, phone systems, physical security, infrastructure, and audio or video, head to appliedconnective.com to better your business today. Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road. Are you looking for a new spot to relax and unwind? The Post, located on the south side of the Telegraph District on the corner of 20th and N Street, is perfect for a group hangout or a relaxing evening. The Post has plenty of exciting events open to the public, like Whiskey Wednesday and poker tournaments on Sundays. Looking for a spot for a private event? Ask them about their indoor patio. The Post, located at 20th and N Street in Lincoln.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Hey, Nebraska football fans, it's defensive lineman Ty Robinson, and I've got a winning play for you with Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical. Team up with Action and install a new Bradford white water heater in your home. And if we win the conference championship this season, you'll get a full refund. Don't fumble this opportunity. Sack your old water heater this season and score big with Action. Visit actionlincoln.com/Huskers to learn more.
Promotion valid for a limited time. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Take your internet service to new levels with Allo, your award-winning internet provider across our fiber hoods. Allo isn't just about the fastest internet available. It's about connecting you to your world, work, and play seamlessly. Our award-winning service ensures affordable, secure, and reliable connectivity, setting us apart. Ready to transform your internet experience? Experience the fiber difference today. Sign up now at allofiber.com. Allo, connecting your world.
Highball Bar in downtown Lincoln is open and located just north of 11th and O Street. Highball Bar offers a vibe and atmosphere like no other, making it the perfect place to grab a drink or beverage. Highball Bar features great events such as Karaoke Sunday, $4 Tito's on Mondays, Jack Daniel's specials on Wednesdays, and much more. Make Highball Bar your go-to spot after a hard day at work or on the weekend. Highball Bar, located at 122 North 11th Street in downtown Lincoln.
Are you tired of the same old entertainment options? How about something that's truly fun for both kids and adults? Nebraska Knockerball, the new place to go for your private and corporate parties. Step inside one of their inflatable spears and let out stress in a healthy form of exercise. Or try the human foosball, foot darts, yard pong, giant beer pong, basketball Connect 4, and much more. Nebraska Knockerball, specializing in physical, engaging fun. Call Nebraska Knockerball today at 402-460-8724 to learn more or book a reservation now.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Old School with DP and J.
You have to get ready for this long haul of a season that you put, hopefully, your blood, sweat, and tears into training to be in your best form. And whatever team does it at a higher percentage, That means if you have 100 players and you do it at a 90%, 90% of the guys do it on a 90% basis, generally it correlates to what your wins and losses.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back one final time here during On the Block. I'm Austin Norman. To my left, Eric Strickland. To his left, Big Boss Man, DP. Welcome in.
What it do?
Ain't crossover with DP in a minute.
What it do? What it do? What it do?
You know what it do based on the comment you brought up to Strick walking in the door.
It's perfect timing. Capitalist Strickland over here. What you doing, man? What you doing?
Being a capitalist don't mean you don't have heart.
No, listen, my thing is to be who you are with heart. That's all I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Be whatever thing you are. Just be a decent whatever you are.
Yeah.
Like, we can go through. I'm a poor kid at heart. Like, I'm at core. Like, I'm married to a woman every day telling me, you got to start acting like you got money. Because it's just that thing. And then as soon as I start acting like I got money, well, then I got to start acting her way, like I got money.
Got it.
Hey, spend money on what I want to spend money on.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean, so it's always this thing of be you. Just be a decent version of you.
If you're the Big Ten and the SEC, how do you be you and be a decent version of you in this day and age of college athletics?
Well, first of all, did you hear that?
Yeah. So
because that way you don't have to lay out the foundation.
Well, here's the simplicity. Right, because you've already told the entire football world that those programs had value because that's how you built your worth, by beating up on them. You need to be in business with them. If you don't need to be in business, if you don't need lower level schools, why are they your first 4 wins every year? Like, why are you stop it? Why are you putting them on your TV in your TV deal? Why are they on Big Ten Network? Why are they on Fox? Why
You're
are they
already paying them.
Here's the deal.
In.
And what Michigan is getting paid is not what they're paying these people they beat.
Yeah.
So if you don't need them, hey, that's a different story. Like, man up and go play USC opening day. Tell me about it. Don't tell me, I don't need it. Well, Central Michigan, they need money. No, you needed to check and you need to win on your schedule. And if you didn't need to win on your schedule, then you would have went and found somebody of value to participate, to do business with. And it's across every sport. So,
yeah.
And then there are those people that tell you, oh, I love football. I love football. No, you love what football do for you. If you love football, then you have to, wait a minute. See, what I understood in the best programs I've been around in the country, I'm going to speak about Utah in the Urban Meyer days.
Well, before you do that, pause. Let's go 10 seconds.
Okay.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay. So here's the setup. That Ron McBride was there. And as a matter of fact, I just had breakfast with him this last week. He was the legendary long-term coach of the University of Utah football.
Mm-hmm.
So when his career came to an end, they go and get Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer comes in, and not only did he say, I have to create a culture, but he goes, I've got to protect the game. I've got to protect the game. I got to build the game up because Utah football is at a different place. So what does he do? He cleans out his program, and then he sets a standard for every program under him. So he sends his coaches out into the community and invites all the coaches from the community in to learn what he's running, how he's running it, and otherwise. So imagine every high school in Salt Lake City proper, Utah County, Ogden, running what Urban Meyer is going to run for the next 4 years. Then it's passed down from high school
to the Pee-wees.
To the Pee-wees. And guess what? They now call it, it's Ute football.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to go through
not Ute.
Ute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Utes. The 2 Utes. It's to go through and learn what it is that it's going, the same system that and rules that you watch, that you practice all week, and that you watch on Saturday, and then you say, hey, I'm 12 years old and I have dreams of aspiring to play at the highest university in the state. So I spend 6 years learning plays, systems, techniques, etc. How much easier is it for the kid who's been in that system for 6 years, right?
Yeah.
It's easier to recruit him. It's easier for him to get recruited, right?
Hey, listen, you're so on point, and I'm just gonna validate what you just said. R.I.P. to Lanny Richards.
Yep.
Bellevue West.
Yep.
Our style was very similar to what Danny Nee was doing when Danny Nee was running up and down the court, scoring, fast pace, lockdown, forcing baseline. So when I got there, maybe that was the subliminal reason to why I got, because every time I watch them, I'm looking at myself.
You're watching, you see yourself in that system.
Yeah.
You see yourself in that uniform. You go to camp and they're using
every year.
And they're using the same verbiage, right? And you understand them. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
This is what I need. This is what I need. And you understand it. And the kid coming from outside is behind you immediately.
That's
because
good.
he does not know what you know.
Yeah.
Right? And you build a system of it. Now, through all of this, and it doesn't matter what sport it is, because remember, football is the most difficult of all the sports to protect the smaller vehicles. Why? Pure numbers.
Yeah.
Pure numbers. But if you tell me that Nebraska wants Nebraska to be better in full, I have got to own Nebraska high school sports. I've got to be dominant in developing, recruiting, maintaining, keeping Nebraska talent at home. They have this 500-mile rule. No, sir. No, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me that people who watch Nebraska every week want to be a part of Nebraska football. That's how you tell me you're doing right. We don't have to play with it. Right. Like, don't tell me that you're looking across the fence at Iowa. Well, wait a minute. That tells me that whatever I have at home isn't really appealing or attractive to me.
Yeah.
On the text line, Ben says Nebraska used to do this back in the day. If they couldn't find a spot for a grad assistant, they would get them a job on a high school staff in the state to both install the Nebraska systems and to get more eyes and ears on the ground. That's how Barry Alvarez got his start out at Lexington.
100%. Listen, I know that at Virginia, Coach Jones would come to our camp, our high school camp, and ask us to implement and run certain things that they were doing. And what he loved was that we were teaching his concepts. Even if we didn't run his system, we were still teaching his concepts.
Yeah.
And this is how I end up at the JUCO I'm at, because the VCU's coach says, go here, play this summer, learn the verbiage, learn our rules, our training, because my high school's training was kind of advanced.
Right.
I literally had to down throttle the summer I went to college.
Yeah.
Because I was at the number one high school program in the state. And the dudes that I was going to play with in Richmond, I was more advanced than they were.
Yeah.
So it was a problem. So they said, go over here, work in this space, and then we'll bring you up. And the coach that ran it was the bench coach.
Mm.
And you go, wait a minute, we didn't even know. Listen, you can tell me that Nebraska has all the money. Let's say Iowa, for the sake of conversation. Let me try to find this. Give me another state where there's one program, one major program. What
North Dakota State?
No, North Dakota will fight you. They'll fight you. Yeah, they'll fight you. Give me a state.
Minnesota.
No, is it close?
Yeah, I think Minnesota doesn't have.
Okay, so imagine that Minnesota decides that, listen,
Wisconsin.
Right, that they got the Packers. Well, they've got the Packers, right?
There's just one.
Right.
I got
right,
you.
Alabama has Auburn, so that's out.
Right. It's so
rare.
unique.
It's rare
that if you control the entire vacuum, if the vacuum doesn't work,
West Virginia.
It's you, right?
Yeah.
but Randy Marshall, yeah. Like, this is why I say, if things are wrong in the vacuum and you have sole ownership of the vacuum, it's you.
What's funny is the Creighton people are going to say, hey, we're here too, but no, you're not.
No, Creighton is not involved in the big money pool that is football. And Wesleyan and Doane and Concordia, they are not, they're not competitors. So if you control the market and then you tell me that of the 128 schools in the state, something like that,
130 maybe,
right? That if you told me that you only need 33% of the best available players graduating that year, you don't have to get all of them.
Right.
You have to get
266 high schools.
How many?
266 for 2022-23 academic.
Right. So 266. Now, if
get 90,
and you're bringing 40 players into the fold, and what you're telling me is you don't have boundaries, gatekeepers, talent scouts, developers in place to dominate that space. Again, you can't dominate everybody else's space if you don't dominate yours.
Yeah.
So now let's turn that to basketball. Stricky, 266 basketball programs.
Yeah.
You bring in 5 new players a year? 5. You telling me you can't dominate and get 5 of the best basketball players in the state? The best 5.
It's been done.
That's
right. 2.
Right? Right?
Right.
If you get
been done.
If you get the best one and the second best one, hey, get them together. If you're really developing through all of this, people make excuses and then they you kind of deflect and you send people another discussion points.
Yeah.
Listen, win the 100 miles before you worry about the 500 miles. As in football talk, people work that football is a game that the mission is touchdowns. The mission is touchdowns, but the focus is first downs. And if you get that wrong, you get beat. You get beat. The focus is, if I know how to get a first down, I'm going to beat you. I'm going to beat you.
Yeah.
That's really what the number is always.
And do it without having to get cute.
I'm just better than you.
Yeah.
I'm just better than you. I'm just better than you. There's some beauty. Spending a lot of time with HBCUs and going through and having these discussions with them that they're getting no money. They're getting, you're talking about nickels and dimes and help. I talking to Bella and talking to the athletes from Doane and Wesleyan, man, that little bit of money would go a long way. It would go a long way. Take care of your little brother.
Yeah.
Take care of your neighbor. I don't know how that look when things go wrong in this state. The folks rally first. They better rally first to take care of the people that don't have what they do. Otherwise, they come get yours. They come
That's
get
a fact.
They come
That's
get
a fact.
yours. So you better help them.
Well, we got an old school DP.
We going in the lab, Stricky. We going in the lab, Stricky. Eric Strickland, 5-star basketball player, center. What's he worth to the University of Nebraska? 7-footer. 5-star, 7-footer.
At least 5-star.
Uh-huh.
At least $1.5 million.
5-star, 6'4" point guard. What's he worth?
Maybe 650, 7.
That's the discussion, bro. What would it take, and what would Nebraska fans be willing to support to make happen?
There we go. That's old school. Stricky, what's mañana?
On the block, mañana.
Hey, but it's a special day tomorrow, Stricky.
Thursday.
Mañana. Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators,